I'm Prafnil from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasilai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inay Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Amrita Priya Darshni and this is FBC News. Tonight, murder accused who absconded bail claims he was receiving death threats. FEA completes repairs following tropical depression. And Red Cross continues assistance to families affected by floodwaters. A man charged for the alleged murder of his partner at their Howell Road home in Suva back in 2009 was denied bail by the Suva Magistrates Court. Imshad Israel Ali absconded to India after obtaining permission to leave Fiji for medical treatment. Shirin Shivan with the details.
Imshad Israel Ali allegedly murdered his de facto partner Rajeshni Deo Sharma on November 1st 7 years ago. A year later, he developed a kidney disorder which required an urgent operation and arranged treatment in India. However, Ali never returned to Fiji following the operation, only being arrested and brought back to Fiji earlier this month. Ali told the court this afternoon that while in India he used to receive threatening calls from the family of the late Rajeshni Sharma and feared police would not protect him. He also claims he wrote to the Prime Minister's office and the UN office in Geneva to allow him to reside in India, alleging his life was in danger in Fiji. While in India, Ali had another de facto relationship, this time with a medical assistant, and claims he has a 3-year-old child. He says he has a serious medical condition and he mostly gets to eat bread in remand, which he says is not right for his deteriorating health. Magistrate Makareta Mua refused bail, saying murder is an indictable offence. Ali will reappear in court on January 9th before the matter is transferred to the High Court. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
Electricity supply has been fully restored around Viti Levu following Tropical Depression 04F. Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says the authority wanted as little disruption to the festivities as possible. Sabaira Tambua has more.
The tropical depression damaged the transmission lines in the Central and Western Division, including the Singatoka Valley. FEA Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says engineers were dispatched soon after the floodwaters receded to restore supply.
In the Western Division and Central Division, we had damages, I would say about equal damages. And Singatoka Valley Road, of course, we finished off by Friday night. So by Friday night, we had completed all the repairs along the Valley Road and restored power supply.
Patel adds staff didn't have an easy time repairing hundreds of broken lines and electricity poles.
It took us a little long, even though we finished before Christmas, but it was due to access issues because some of the areas were still flooded and some of the roads and bridges, it took Fiji Roads time to repair. Of course, we don't blame them, but until they repaired the bridges and the flood waters had receded, FEA could not get in out there to repair whatever damage had been caused to the power lines.
Damage from TD04F has cost the FEA about $300,000. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
The recent flooding has left many people with poor sanitation and in need of proper hygiene. Fiji Red Cross Operations Manager Eseroma Lendua says they need proper shelter and sewage systems. Kelly Vadhala reports.
The Fiji Red Cross Society is continuing assistance to families who were affected by the recent floods. Operations Manager Eseroma Lendua says there are people who are still in need of proper shelter, food and most importantly, hygiene kits.
Currently, because the water is receded, there's a big problem on sanitation because majority of these villages, communities and settlements, they don't have a proper sewage system. So when the water came in, it brought a lot of things that were underground. So there's a lot of sanitation problem that is a concern to us, especially on the general hygiene of the community.
The Fiji Red Cross is working with the Ministry of Health, monitoring the situation on the ground.
It's basically taking personal responsibilities to ensure that their own homes are clean first. There is a good source of drinking water, and if need be, boil all drinking water. Okay, and again, like I said, not buying food that has been damaged during the flood, disposing and burying their livestock. Basically keeping clean and placing hygiene at the priority for their family's welfare.
About 40 volunteers took out time to provide assistance to those families who were affected by the recent flooding. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Consumer Council of Fiji is advising people who intend to take personal unsecured loans to be aware of different fees and charges. Officer in charge Bindula Devi says consumers must compare fees, interest rates and other costs. The council compared disclosed fees and interest rates between the 6 major financial institutions this month. Lal says many banks have high interest rates, approval fees and monthly service fees. She adds personal unsecured loans should be acquired for necessary needs only. The Lamy Bridge was reduced to one-lane traffic this morning. Fiji Roads Authority Chief Executive John Hutchinson says contractors had to conduct urgent repairs, which meant access was restricted. Sainiani Mboila has more.
This is one of the 9 high-priority bridges in Fiji, meaning the FRA keeps a close eye on its conditions and any signs of deterioration.
As part of that inspection program, we detected some corrosion, and that corrosion is not serious, but it needs to be replaced, and it was corroded bolts and splicing plates on the beams, and as a consequence we have decided to undertake preventive maintenance to stop the bridge deteriorating even further, which would then potentially lead us to a situation such as the Tamavua Bridge.
Hutchinson has assured the public that both lanes will be open to traffic from late this afternoon.
It's only a temporary closure. Now this program of work is quite normal, and people should not, it's not a significant event, and when and where required, we will close lanes on bridges to carry out those sort of maintenance works.
Lamy Town Special Administrator Jasper Singh has requested all residents and road users to be accommodative and travel slightly before time to avoid being late. FRA will also undertake similar inspections of all bridges around the country. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
After the break on FBC News, Lamy's Tikaram Park almost complete. And Fiji Broadcasting Corporation promises a fun-filled family affair on New Year's Eve. That and more coming up.
Salamuki may nakaulebu na kiala lebu au saborong tunga en Radio Fiji 1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato.
Ebi nakabriyaw Radio Fiji 1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan na evangolite ay rakiraki.
Kay mami na marama ni Northland. Kay mami daw talenta ka na Radio Fiji 1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato.
Welcome back to FBC News. Fulton Hogan Highways has resealed 1.6 kilometers of Buddha Bay Road in Vanua Levu. Lambasa Depot Sealing Supervisor Anil Genda says a one-coat seal was added to the existing road surface to ensure that it lasts longer. This resealing completes the 15 kilometers of work that was programmed. The work has been done in segments since September. Lamy Town's refurbished Tikaram Park is nearing completion. Special Administrator Jasper Singh says final touch-ups are currently underway, with the park likely to be open for residents soon. Sainiani Mboila files this report.
Tikaram Park is due to be completed in the coming days. Special Administrator Jasper Singh says all that's left is paintings, installation of lights and the putting up of fences.
This park, you can see, is made up of 3 sectors or sections. First one on the extreme right-hand side is the Senior Citizens Park. They'll have their own exclusive areas, their own little beach, their own little doings on the extreme right-hand side. Then followed by, immediately in front of that is the actual podium where everyone can use, the youth, the age, everybody can use that podium. And then on this side of the park, what we call the kids area, the playstations, the youth as well, the volleyball court behind me, and there is a viewing tower on my right as well.
Lami resident Iwani says Tikram Park will be a good place to wind down with families and friends.
We just can't wait for this park to be open. Before, we used to go to my super park, but when this park will be open, we will just come here with families because the environment is just beautiful, the view is nice, and the park is safe.
Singh says the park will cater for both young and old. The park is expected to open next month. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Only 3 days left to the new year, and if you're still looking for a way to farewell 2016, the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has got you covered. FPC New Year's Eve bashes will take place in Suva and Lautoka, filled with great music and entertainment. Rachel Nart tonight covers plans for the 3112 party in Suva.
The Today FM and Gold FM 3112 New Year's Bash will take place at Suva's Albert Park, one of 2 FBC's events on New Year's Eve.
So we've got bands like Thunder Kumwana, we also have Silver Waters and Soundwave of the Pacific. Now if you've been to a lot of Today FM events, you might have heard Soundwave of the Pacific. These guys are really, really good. It's a whole family, and they play most of the songs that we play on Today FM. They do covers of it.
Stevens adds the Suva party will have many activities for all age groups.
Something new that we're trying to do this year as well is to host Fiji's biggest ever mannequin challenge. So that's going to be happening as well at our 3112 New Year's Bash at Albert Park. We have also the guys from the fire department who will be there, and they will be using water to wish everybody a very happy New Year.
The 31st 12 New Year's Bash is designed to offer a safe and family-oriented environment.
So the stage will be on Constitution Avenue on the road, and people can sit on the grass and watch it. And if you don't want to sit on the grass and bring your own mat, and don't want to sit down and the whole family there, you can always sit at the Albert Park Stadium as well, and watch the whole show from there.
Syed Kayum says the parties will be alcohol-free events with heaps of entertainment for the whole family. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Now to sports, and here's Santa's little helper, freshly back from the North Pole.
Yeah, Miss One Day Amrita, and you're already cracking the jokes. Good evening. Up ahead in sports, Fiji residents continue preparations for a busy new season. And despite announcing retirement, Bob Kumar may continue as Fiji FA CEO. These stories and more coming up.
It's me Simstar here, right from the Reykjavik town. और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट शो में मैं सुनता हूँ. जब ब्रेकफास्ट शो में रहता है आशनील और संगीता के साथ, इसी के साथ सुनते सुनते 11 से 2 भाभी जी का शो जितेन शामिल. You know something? Reykjavik मिर्ची FM is hot.
मैं हूँ श्वेता, दुकुशा नर्सरी से. लोग देखते हैं ईद का चांद, लेकिन मेरा चांद तो मिर्ची FM है.
हमारा नाम जाबिर है, हम कोर्निविया नसोरी में रहता है. मिर्ची FM हम सब टाइम सुनता है. मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम है. मिर्ची FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Vodafone Fiji residents team is keeping up with its off-season training in preparation for a very busy 2017. With the Rugby League World Cup in October and a number of big matches lined up, including the Battle of the Mbati, the FNRL is looking forward to an exciting new season. Meli Tavanga has more.
Off-season training continues for the Fiji resident side in the middle of the festive season.
After the game against Bala, the last game in November, so we have a break for 2 weeks. That is the second last week of November, so we had a break. So this is the 4th week we've been going on training, for the Eastern boys squad, mainly the resident squad, and the other players from around the zone like Ra, Nandrunga, Lautokan, Nandi.
Resident strength and conditioning coach Etunia Nawasitawa says training in the festive season is something new for the boys.
We're looking at to lift their power component, and also, especially the festive season is going on now, people are more relaxed, and so we want to get them out of their comfort zone.
Wasitawa adds players know they are fighting for a spot in the national team to the Rugby League World Cup next year.
So that shows something, that indicates something good they are preparing for. Maybe because of the World Cup is just a couple months away, which is October 2017.
2017 won't be easy for the residents, with some tough matches before the World Cup. Meli Tabanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji Football Association Chief Executive Bob Kumar has hinted that he may continue in the position next year. A few weeks ago, Fiji FA President Rajesh Patel had announced that Kumar will step down from the position at the end of this year. However, Kumar says he is ready to provide his services if a suitable candidate is not found.
Well, I have announced that announcement has been made that I will be retiring, and if we are able to get a reasonable person to replace me, or if there are reasonable applications, then I will have to make way. But if my services are needed, I am still available.
The Wellington Phoenix football side has remained unbeaten in 3 matches in the Henday A-League since the resignation of former manager Ernie Merrick. However, the team has come under fire once again, this time from a former international goalkeeper who, on the back of a 2-2 draw with the Newcastle Jets, is questioning the place of the Phoenix in the competition. Finally, in sports tonight, a look at the amazing journey of recently crowned WBO champion Joseph Parker. That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Amrita now with business.
Fiji Sugar Corporation is not expected to import sugar for local consumption next year. According to the FSC, total sugar production for the 2016 crushing season stood at over 139,000 tons. The corporation says around 30,000 tons of sugar is kept for annual local consumption. Although this year's sugar production is low, the FSC is happy with the results as tropical cyclone Winston damaged many farms in February. 3 loads of sugar is likely to be exported from this crushing season. Conditions were warm, sunny and mostly dry around the country. Most centres of Fiji recorded temperatures in the lower 30-degree range. Tomorrow will be another dry day with some sunshine. Expect a rise in temperatures. Looking further on to Friday, expect a mild day with clear spells around the nation. At sea, fresh southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and rough seas are expected. Recapping the main stories. Murder accused who absconded to India for 6 years claims he was receiving death threats. FEA completes repairs following damage caused by tropical depression. And FBC promises a fun-filled family affair on New Year's Eve. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Now to our poll question results from last week. Do drainage issues need immediate attention? 95% answered yes. This week's question, do we need to control the number of cars on our roads? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizens@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or simply #FBC News. Thanks for joining FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good night.